The year is 633 AD, and somewhere in the scorching flatlands of Mesopotamia, 50,000 soldiers are waiting to kill one man. They had come from the greatest empire on earth, hardened veterans, battle-tested warriors, armored in steel and iron, backed by war elephants and the full might of a civilization that had ruled for centuries. They had numbers, they had position, they had everything. And the man they were waiting for had 8,000 soldiers. By every calculation of war, every rule of engagement, every lesson of military history, what was about to happen should have been a massacre. It was, just not the one the Persians expected. To understand what happened at Walaja, you first have to understand the world that produced it. It is 633 AD. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had passed away just a year earlier. The young Muslim state in Arabia, barely 2 decades old, was in its infancy. Many expected it to collapse under the weight of internal rebellion. They were wrong. Under the Caliph Abu Bakr, the Muslim armies had crushed internal revolt and now turned their eyes outward, toward the 2 superpowers that dominated the known world, the Byzantine Empire to the north and the Sassanid Persian Empire to the east. The Sassanid Persians were not simply a powerful nation, they were an ancient civilization. Their empire stretched from modern-day Iraq and Iran all the way to Central Asia. Their armies had fought Rome to a standstill for centuries. Their cavalry was the finest in the world. Their commanders were battle-hardened professionals who had spent decades at war. The fertile lands of Mesopotamia, the territory between the Tigris and Euphrates, had been under Persian control for generations. It was the breadbasket of their empire, the source of their wealth, and the heartland of their power. Now, a small but ferocious Muslim army was marching straight toward it. The Persians were not afraid. They should have been. The Persian commander, dispatched to destroy this Muslim incursion, was no amateur. Andarzaghar, a general of the Persian court, had assembled a massive coalition force. His army numbered somewhere between 40 and 50,000 men. Persian imperial veterans formed the core. Allied Arab tribes, loyal to Persia and familiar with desert warfare, filled out the flanks. War elephants, terrifying, towering, capable of breaking entire infantry formations, were positioned at key points in the line. Andarzaghar was confident. More than confident, he was certain. The mathematics was simple. He outnumbered the Muslims 6 to 1. His men were professional soldiers. His position was chosen. His flanks were protected by allied forces that knew the terrain. The Muslim general was a desert warrior leading an untested army far from home. In Andarzaghar's mind, this was not a battle. It was an execution. He had prepared accordingly, positioning his forces in a massive formation designed to envelope the Muslim army, swallow it whole, and grind it into the dust of Mesopotamia. He even had secret allies hidden in the hills, waiting to strike at the perfect moment. A reserve force designed to seal the trap when the Muslims tried to retreat. There was only one thing he hadn't accounted for: the man standing across from him. But this is only the beginning. You have just witnessed the trap being set. The Persian Empire at its most powerful, Andarzaghar, certain of victory. 50,000 soldiers ready to erase 8,000 men from the earth. But we haven't shown you what happens next. We haven't shown you the moment Khalid ibn al-Walid smiled. We haven't shown you the hidden cavalry erupting like a storm no one saw coming. We haven't shown you the moment the greatest empire on earth,
few and overextended. We strike at dawn
into its own grave.
Yes, Commander.
That moment is coming. In part 2, we go inside the mind of the most dangerous commander who ever lived. The genius strategy, the battle, the total collapse. And we show you why historians still study this man, 14 centuries later. If you want to witness that, subscribe to Tahuran History. Hit the notification bell. Part 2 drops very soon. And trust me, You do not want to miss what happens next.